Hi everyone, how's it going? We have a major update today for a bunch of different cases that we have been following. Let's see, what order should we go in? So I'm either going to do a long stream and then chop the video up by topics, or I'll just do one video and then I'll have chapters and y'all can click on what you're interested in. That way, if there's like one case, you're not really feeling it, you want to jump to another one that you're really interested in, we'll have the timestamps down below. I think timestamps are really, really useful. So I'm gonna start using them in my YouTube videos. As for the topics that we are covering today, I think we're gonna start with Karen Reed's hearing and then a little bit of news about a juror that spoke out in response to some of the questions that we have, because I think a lot of us were like, oh, why weren't they more clear in their notes, blah, 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 when they were, giving the notes to the judge. But I do remember something. I think I remember the judge saying that she didn't want to hear what their polling was or wanted to hear where they were at when they were in deliberations or something. I don't know. Hi, Christine. Happy Monday. How are you doing today? How's it going? And then so the Karen Reed hearing was super short. It was all about scheduling. They're not going to talk about the motions to dismiss until they scheduled a different date for that. So I can't wait to hear the arguments, okay? Because I love reading these motions and the responses and all that stuff. But, it's even better when we hear them arguing in court live, or sometimes not live, but I always enjoy those. And then we're going to hop on to, what will be the next one? Let's see. What's the order that we're going to go in? We can do Donna Adelson, I guess. Yeah. Donna Adelson had a very short hearing update as well. I think it was about 10 minutes long. We'll jump to Donna Adelson. Now, Donna Adelson, that's a whole ass thing going on right now because her son has already been convicted. Dan Markel was dating her daughter, Wendy. And Wendy and Dan, they were going through a very messy, crazy, troubling divorce between the two of them. Wendy wanted to relocate closer to her family, about 6 hours away from Dan Markel. So I believe they were living in, where were they living again? Was it Tallahassee? Oh my gosh, hold on a second. I should have done a refresher on this. But I know the Adelson family, they live around in near Miami or something. So it's about like a 6-hour drive. And Dan Markel, well, he was a dedicated, devoted father, and he doesn't want his kids to relocate. He probably doesn't want to relocate himself. Because he was a professor at a university. And so, one day Dan Markel goes out and he goes out to the gym. He comes back, he's on a phone call with a friend talking about something happening with him and Wendy. Then all of a sudden that friend heard on the phone call something was going down and Dan Markel was shot. He was shot, murdered in the driveway while sitting in his car. And initially, they didn't know what happened to him. But then we started getting some really crazy things dripping in that maybe it was a hire for murder by these two hitmen. And soon the hitmen were starting to, there were some webs all the way back to the Adelson family. And so, of course, Charlie Adelson, the brother of Wendy Adelson, has already been convicted. Now we have Donna Adelson, the mother, who could also potentially be the mastermind behind it. I can't wait for her trial to happen because I want to know how much information, how much was she entrenched in this? And I feel like she was, because I feel like the indication that we get of this Adelson family, it seems like they were very intertwined with each other, and maybe they saw Wendy as the baby of the family. But anyway, so I'm getting way too much. That was way too much of a long synopsis that I wanted to give. I wanted to be very short and to the point. But anyways, Donna Adelson's hearing, we're going to listen to that. And then we'll jump to a little mini update with Alexee Trevizo. She was supposed to have her a status hearing today, but then I didn't realize about a week ago they actually moved that date. So that's been moved. We'll talk about that. And then we'll get to, I guess, Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. You guys saw my title. I don't know. Do you see my title right there? Okay. Because the Sarah Boone, she has an ad that she made and it looks like a circus ad. Like when I looked at it, I was like, it looks like a circus ad. I don't know. It looks like a circus ad. So we'll talk about Sarah Boone and we'll read her letter. And it seems like Sarah Boone is not very happy with the judge. When she thought the judge was on her side, when she thought things were going her way, she was very nice to the judge in one of the letters that she wrote, the most recent one, actually. But now, when things don't go her way, people like her, I think people who are manipulators like her, when things don't go their way, they stop playing nice. They start attacking you. Okay, they go after you personally and they find every little fault about you. But I don't know, let's see. Let's see what Sarah Boone's going to complain about and let's see if she's right in her complaints. Usually with Sarah Boone, she might have some things in there where it's like, ooh, that sounds really bad and shady. But because she piles it on with all these vitriolic attacks and all that stuff, it's just like, Sarah, I just feel like you're not helping your case. You know, you're really just not helping your case. I'm going to boost the audio up and let me know if the audio is like too loud or anything. Let's try this again.
Good afternoon, Mr. Yannetti. Good afternoon, Ms. Reed. All right, so the case is scheduled.
Is it better now? Yes. Oh, you know what? I think I know why the audio was low. It's in my other settings. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. I think I fixed it.
Scheduled today for trial assignment, and what I'd like to do is to get 3 dates. I'm aware that a motion
I think I'm gonna make it a little bit louder. Just a smidgen.
to dismiss has been filed.
Yannetti for Karen Reed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Yannetti. Good afternoon, Ms. Reed. All right, so the case is
Look, they're in a different courtroom. This courtroom is beautiful.
scheduled today for trial assignment, and what I'd like to do is to get 3 dates. I'm aware that a motion to dismiss has been filed. I'd like to.
I'm assuming maybe this was the original courtroom. Maybe. And then remember the defense, they wanted to move to a smaller courtroom because they wanted to make sure the jury can see the facial expressions, the testimonies of experts and maybe, well, probably not the experts, probably the witnesses, law enforcement, some of the family members who were testifying on the stand. So this might have been the original courtroom, or maybe this is a courtroom where they don't have the jury come in. But yeah, I mean, it's still a little tiny, but look how beautiful it is. Look at the browns. Oh, look at the books on the wall. Pretty. I can appreciate a nice looking courtroom. Now, I feel like no courtroom will be there. So far, we haven't seen any courtrooms that look as good as the Debbie Heard one. That one seemed like a very beautiful courtroom with the sun coming in and stuff like that. Oh. Hi, good guy. How are you doing today? How's it going? No gaming after. Well, I think since we're doing all the major updates today, I think we will do the gaming streams on Twitch this week. So I'm ready. We got some games that I want to play and I'm excited for it. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? Hello. How's it going? Hi, lady. Oh my God, lady. What is that? It's a boneless booty. Hello. How's it going?
Get a quick date on that, and I'm glad you're here, Mr. Weinberg, because I'd like it to be with your schedule. Then we need a trial date, and we need the final trial.
So we have a Mr. Weinberg there. I don't know if Mr. Weinberg's the new attorney that is just helping out because, you know, Yannetti and Jackson, maybe they thought that the trial would be over, done with, you know, maybe like put in some appeals in case, you know, worst case scenario, right? But they probably didn't expect it to be a mistrial, maybe. And maybe they already have other cases that they're working on, and maybe they had Mr. Weinberg to come in to help with the caseload, possibly. Or maybe Weinberg has been here with us the entire time, and I just didn't notice him. I don't know. Hi, Jamie Lynn.
So I was thinking on the motion to dismiss, can we do it a week from Friday? It would be for oral argument only.
From the defendant's perspective, yes, Your Honor.
All right, I think that's August 2nd.
I'm going to be out of state. I return on August 3rd.
Okay.
Sorry, not the best audio.
August 9th?
And then if we look in the back right there, John O'Keefe's mother, brother, I believe sister-in-law. I don't recognize any other faces.
2 o'clock. Are you available, Mr. Weinberg, on August 9th? Mr. Lally, is the Commonwealth available on August 9th?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so that's for oral argument only. Okay.
So August 9th, oral arguments for the motion to dismiss. We've already read the motions and the responses, so those are in other YouTube videos. You guys want to watch them. And, oh, gosh. I mean, oh, I don't know. I really want to hear from Mr. Lally. I know he hasn't done any interviews or anything, and we've heard from the DA Morrissey, but I want to hear from Mr. Lally. Like, Mr. Lally, do you really want to go after Karen Reed for counts 1, 2, and 3 again?
2 p.m. All right, so given the schedule, and I assume whatever I end up doing on the motion to dismiss will be appealed, in an effort to make sure we have plenty of time, I would like to schedule the jury trial on January 27th.
$2025, January 27th is very close to, I think Lori Vallow has her other trial in February of 2025, I think. And then Koberger is in summertime of June, with all the pretrial happening probably in the springtime. Oh boy. So she says that, assuming no matter what decision she makes on the motion to dismiss, either the defense will appeal it or I guess the state will appeal it.
Is the Commonwealth available?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Yannetti?
That should be fine.
Okay, so January 27th for trial.
Hi, Starson. How are you doing today? Hello, hello.
And let's do the final trial conference the week of the 13th, and read on the week of the 6th. Do you have the calendar, Mr. Clerk, or any of those days?
Yeah, there's nothing, just not the 9th or the 16th, but all the days are open.
Your Honor, the only
She shook her head there. I see her shaking her head.
caveat, I don't have anything on the 27th. I'm clear for that day, but for the fact that I have a Superior Court trial scheduled to begin in Essex County on January 13th. There are multiple...
How long do you expect it to take?
That's what I was getting to. That could take longer than 2 weeks. I'm happy to have this case take priority over that, but that's...
No, we'll hold it for you day to day if need be, and I can contact the Essex Superior Court judge once you know who he or she is.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
He's like, I don't want you to contact the judge, I'm assuming.
In terms of preparing for trial, I can't do 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think when he's saying that's not ideal, I don't think he was responding to the judge contacting the, Essex County judge, but him, it's not ideal that he's probably everything's gonna be crammed together for him. Not enough prep time that he wants for the Karen Reed trial. I mean, honestly, that's a lot of cramming to do.
Court trial and jump into this case. I can't do that.
Okay. So what are you telling me? You just said you're willing to make this a priority, so we'll stick with the 27th?
Judge Cannoni, spicy as always.
Well, okay. Well, why don't we do this? Let's put it on for the 27th. Let me see if I can make peace in Essex County. And then on the next date, when we come back for oral argument, I can readdress the court on that issue.
Okay, I'm happy to talk to Judge McCarthy, who's the garage up there, about this.
It's yeah, okay. That's great.
All right, so let's set it for the 27th. And why don't we do the 14th for final trial conference?
January 14th?
The 14th at 9 or 2?
2. If it turns out that we have, in excess of 35 or whatever motions in limine still at that point, let us know and we will try and get the whole day. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's it. I actually want to see footage of them leaving the courtroom. So I don't know why, but the Law and Crime stream, it cut off in the beginning to when Yannetti started talking. I don't know what happened to the stream. So I wanted to watch that one. But I watched this one instead because it had the I don't know. I like seeing people come into courtrooms and I like seeing people leave and just observing them, Maybe just because maybe we're nosy or something. So just a little recap of that right there. That very, very, very short court hearing. We have a pre-trial conference pre-trial stuff. January 14 at 2 p.m. And then January 27, the trial for Karen Reed. But then really backing it up back to 2024, I think they said August... Shoot, where'd it go? Oh, right. August 9. August 9 is like 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks? Okay, on a Friday. So like 3 weeks, almost 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. August 9 on a Friday where they're going to orally argue the motion to dismiss. And the judge did say that depending on, no matter what she's going to decide, she's assuming there's going to be appeals on either end, whether it's the defense or the state. All right, that's the Karen Reed stuff. I wanted to read this article really quick about a juror. I don't know if this juror's already spoken up before or if it's a new juror, but they wanted to remain anonymous. Also, what is wrap foil around doorknobs when alone? Here's what. No. What is this ad? Oh God. Hi Patty Cat. Hi no one. Hello. Happy Monday, everyone. Yes, happy Monday. Frank, I hope you're doing well. Hello, Storm. Oh gosh, get this away here. Okay. So, a juror in Dedham. A juror in the Karen Reed murder trial says the jury has decided to acquit Reed on 2 of the charges she was facing in the death of the Boston police officer John O'Keefe, but was unsure about what to do next. So if you guys remember, so far, I believe 5 jurors in total have spoken out. 2 of them through people they knew, and then they were the ones that contacted the Karen Reed defense. The other 2, I believe, contacted the defense directly, and then finally a 5th one came out and also, I believe, contacted the defense directly. So I don't know if it's going to be like the Murdaugh stuff. Remember, with Murdaugh, after the murder trial ended, Murdaugh was convicted for the murder of Maggie and Paul. There were some unsavory things going on behind the scenes, possibly. Or, I mean, I'm saying possibly now, but I mean, it seems like it really did went down with Becky Hill, the clerk of court. And so with that, they had to do an evidentiary hearing to see, what was up with that. They had to do a little investigation. So we don't know with the Karen Reed. I don't know if there's going to be an evidentiary hearing of some sort where they have the jurors come in and testify, which I don't know if they are, or maybe like have them do affidavits, interview them, investigate. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. All of this just seems like new territory. So, we'll see what happens in the motion to dismiss. Let's see what the judge decides. But yeah, in terms of I don't know. This is all very interesting. So I don't really have too much to say, but let me continue reading this article. The deliberating juror, who was asked to remain anonymous, told WBZ-TV's Christina Rex Monday that the jury was unanimous in finding Karen Reed not guilty of second-degree murder and leaving the scene of personal injury and death. That was count 1 and 3. However, on count 2, manslaughter, and the lesser included charges, the juror said the jury's final vote was a soft 9-3, with 9 voting guilty. Now, that's different from what we saw in the defense's motion. I believe in their supplemental, they said that one of the jurors said that it was actually an 8-4. 8 saying that she was guilty, 4 saying that she was not guilty for the lesser included. I don't know which one. Hold on. Did we find out which one? We might have found out which one. We might have. For manslaughter. Because remember, with manslaughter, there were 2 lesser included. It was manslaughter. And then if you found her not guilty of that one, you would move on to involuntary manslaughter. And then you would move to vehicular homicide. So a little bit different here. This one was a soft 9-3. I mean, honestly, the state, they're getting more information. Maybe the state will decide to just go after her for, manslaughter instead of, adding the other 2 counts on there. Reed was charged with manslaughter while operating under the influence, but jurors were given the option to convict her on the lesser charges of involuntary manslaughter or motor vehicle homicide. Oh, it said it right there. In their final note to Judge Beverly Cannoni before she declared a mistrial, the jurors wrote that they were starkly divided and continued deliberations would be futile. The juror who spoke to WBZ-TV said they considered being more specific in their notes to the judge, but they were not clear on how they were supposed to communicate their unanimous decision on the 2 charges. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, and I don't know if you guys remember, I could have sworn, I might have it in my notes too. I thought the judge said that she didn't want to hear where they were at when it came to, who thought she was guilty and not guilty. So maybe they took that and just didn't want to mention it at all. And maybe they assumed that the judge was going to ask at the end after reading the note. But the judge didn't. The judge read the note, and then she was like, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm going to send you guys home. I'm going to declare a mistrial. And that was it. Oh, also, I wanted to bring up, I was just looking at Dave Yannetti's website. Sorry, this is just like completely just like random stuff, okay? But Dave Yannetti, I feel like he has a pretty good website. If you're looking for an attorney, I don't know. Look at this tagline right here. Former prosecutors aggressively fighting for you. So I'm assuming all 3 of them were former prosecutors. I think this is his sister right here, from what I've read. This is his law firm. So he was formerly a prosecutor for, I think, 10 years He was the assistant district attorney, if I remember correctly. But what I really like about his website, I don't know, like if I was shopping for an attorney, right? If I was shopping for an attorney, I really like it that he has a page that's dedicated to all the cases that he's had. Like, look at this, from 2006, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 2023. So you can click on each one, and then he'll give a little mini synopsis, you know, and then the result for the case. I don't know. I feel like this is such a good website. So if you're shopping around, I feel like, you know, if you're shopping for an attorney and you come upon this one, you see this tagline here, former prosecutors aggressively fighting for you. I don't know. I feel like you'll just be more confident in your decision if you were to hire him. So anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I think the next thing that I wanted to cover was Miss Donna Adelson. And Donna Adelson, I give a little synopsis in the beginning of the stream. With Donna Adelson, there was a hearing that happened today it was like a case management hearing, and I think it was only 10 minutes long. It's like super short. But I have not listened to this one yet. The Karen Reed one I already watched earlier. This one, I have not seen it yet. And then after that, we'll move on to, what was I going to do? Oh, we'll do Alexee Trevizo very briefly, and then Sarah Boone afterwards. So let's do, let me do the live chat right here. Donna Adelson. Thank you, Court TV, for uploading this, because it was not live. I think they might have had a Zoom call, but it wasn't live. Hopefully the audio is good. Please be good. Please be good.
Times can take a little longer, as I know last time.
Okay, so the audio is good and long, but there is a weird, I don't know, there's some buzzing noise happening in the background. Oh gosh. Hi, Moondog. How are you doing today? How's it going? Hello, hello. All right, Donna Adelson in court for the first case management hearing since January. I think her trial is scheduled for, wasn't it like in fall time? Was it September or October? Let's see. Adelson, motion hearing. And then there's docket sounding for Adelson. Did they not have a trial date set for her? I thought they did. Am I confused? I might be confused.
Times can take a little longer, as I know last time it changed a couple of times before trial, just minor changes that he made. We were able to keep defense up to speed with that, and had agreements as to that. We've talked about that and intend to do the same thing this time if we could have the deadline of September 4th for our demonstrative exhibits.
Is the audio okay? I hope the audio is okay for you guys.
We can give him a pretty finalized rough draft of that by that point, and any minor changes that do need to be made, talk to the defense about that after that time.
All right. If the defense can explain why you would like this to be pushed back, and the only reason I ask this question is because...
So again, this attorney right here, I think his name is Dan Roshbaum. This is the same attorney that was representing Charlie Adelson. And y'all remember, he lost the trial. So it's very interesting that Donna Adelson wants to still keep him on as one of the attorneys. I think she has two attorneys. I think I heard she got Mr. Roshbaum and then maybe got a local attorney, possibly.
Once everything...
Oh, God. Hello, Denver, Colorado. How are you doing today? Debbie Fisher. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier.
Filed pursuant to the deadlines, we need to have probably at least a 2 or 3 hour hearing on all pretrial motions, so I don't want the start of the trial to be bogged down by needing a ruling on a particular issue or motion, but I'll allow you to explain.
Judge, I think the construction of some of the demonstratives, obviously I'm new to the game, so to speak, but in this case it is a different case factually from those that have been tried before. But just the construction of them, meshing them with electronics that we're going to have available, I would just like, we've gotten some new discovery in recently as well. That is going to be incorporated into our demonstratives, so it's just a little bit more.
Oh man, it's so hard to hear. That noise in the background is so distracting. And also he's not speaking to the microphone because the microphone I think is probably set for them when they're sitting down. Oh God, this audio is a bit rough.
Reading room to be able to get it done.
And I assume both sides are going to want the headsets and the various audio media aspects for the jury once again.
Yes, sir.
Very well. Then going back to the order setting the procedure dates, and also the deadlines as far as any demonstrative exhibits, then I will permit both sides to have until September 4th to ensure all demonstrative exhibits are traded between the two parties. As far as the witness list and the exhibit list itself, there's really no reason why August 12th that cannot be met, correct?
That's fine, Judge.
That's correct. We would like it to be so and maintained.
It's muted law. Oh, annoying. Wait, what's muted?
Likewise, Judge, we do have an agreement with Ms. Kappelman with respect to some of the exhibits and the manner in which they're listed. By way of example, Donna Adelson emails, but it won't be.
Yes, he said Adelson emails. I can understand that part. Let's get the Adelson emails.
More specific than that in the prior listings. So we're talking to Ms. Kappelman about being more specific when they're listed, with the understanding and the caveat that would be a rolling list that could be supplemented, the exhibits could be supplemented. It's just to bring focus to, rather than digging through 50 hours of recordings or 5,000 emails to draw everything focused. So you don't need to do anything on that. That's what our agreement is. But on our August 12th deadline would remain the same for everything with the exception of the demonstrative.
All right. Do we need to address the modification to the trial date any further as to September 17th being the first day of selection?
No, sir.
All right. Time-wise, I would expect we're probably going to be similar to the last trial where we have at least 3 days or 4 days of selection. Assuming we are successful, we would get started, and then we would have about a week or maybe a week plus of trial. Do the parties have a differing expectation of this?
We sketched out the number.
Charlie Adelson's trial was it 10 days? Right? I felt like it wasn't very long. I feel like it was really quick because I think Charlie's trial was when I had COVID, and I had COVID, like serious COVID, for like a week or so. Okay, so they're talking about deadlines. September is going to be the deadline for demonstrative exhibits. However, for witness lists, exhibit lists, and maybe the Adelson emails, I couldn't really hear the mumbling, and I couldn't hear because the audio. Seems like the deadline for that one is going to be August 12. And then judge is saying that jury selection will probably be about 3 to 4 days. It'll probably start on, he said September 17, right? And then he's trying to figure out, does everyone think the trial is going to be about a week long or a week plus-ish? But you never know with trials, right? Sometimes we're like, oh, it's going to be 4 weeks long. And then shit happens and it ends up being 9 weeks long. Like, you never know.
Number of witnesses, and some of it will be more focused once we get to August 12th. But I had some concern based on the volume of witnesses that we had.
Okay, so he's saying that he has some concerns based on the volume of witnesses. So maybe he thinks the trial will be way longer than 1 week. But he's not sure yet because, they get the witness list August 12th. That's the deadline.
Agreed on, if we solid to or something.
I don't know what he said.
Well, good thing I help everyone along in this process.
And now that may drastically contract because there are several of the witnesses that are very, very short and they're simple things that we may even arrive at stipulations to knock those things out of the way. But I would be leery of telling you that it would all fall within the confines of 1 week. I feel like 2 weeks we can push hard for.
Okay.
Okay, so he thinks it might be 2 weeks. That's what I heard, if I heard correctly.
Well, you have until August 12th, I should say, to iron out aspects of this. Ms. Dugan, at least preemptively, would you expect the state's case to last for about a week once again?
Yes, sir. And I think last time or the last 2 times.
Oh, that beautiful voice. Georgia Kappelman. Please, Georgia Kappelman, please, 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 do not disappoint us. Every time I talk shit about Mr. Lally, I was like, oh, Georgia Kappelman, Morrissey, New Mexico trial. And Morrissey she really let us down, man. Georgia Kappelman, I'm putting all my faith into you. Please don't let us down.
We have been able to pick a jury in 2 or 3 days, and the state's case took about 5 days. I would expect for it to be about the same.
Very well. Are there any other issues that either party needs to raise for the status as of today?
Judge, we're going to be filing several motions, some of which you've never heard before, and some of them are going to deal with, for instance, just so the other side knows, we are going to move to preclude Sergeant Corbett's testimony, which will obviously affect the demonstratives, but we think we can do that even without seeing the exhibit.
Okay, so that's Charlie's attorney. Something about they are going to be filing some motions that the court has not seen yet.
But one of the motions that we intend on filing, I just want to let the court know of beforehand because it might affect scheduling of courtrooms. We're going to ask that the trial not be in this courtroom.
For 3G?
What's that?
For this courtroom, 3G?
Yes, we're
Go
going to
ahead.
ask that the trial be held in your courtroom 3B. And we have a variety of reasons why we think that courtroom will afford our client better due process than this courtroom does.
Okay, so he wants a different courtroom.
And so we're filing that motion, and we'll file it on time. But I just want to give you a heads up so that if there's a scheduling issue, you're aware that motion is going to come down the road.
Very well. Really, until I see the motion and the state makes its argument, I won't be able to make a ruling on it, and that'll happen in time. As far as selection itself, though, we may still need to use this courtroom just to hold the sheer volume of prospective jurors that are needed. But as to the courtroom the trial will occur in, that certainly we can address with the motion.
And the motion, I should have said that, the motion contemplates that jury selection would still be.
Right. Ms. Dugan, any additional matters the state needs to address for today's hearing?
No, sir.
Oh, wait, that's not Georgia Kappelman. I'm sorry. I thought it was Georgia Kappelman. I think Miss Dugan is the one that some people thought looks like Gwyneth Paltrow. Where's Georgia Kappelman at?
Very well. To go back to the scheduling order, our next set of deadlines will be discovery on August 12th, the motion filing deadline August 12th, the witness list and exhibit list also on August 12th. And I believe our pretrial hearing, not referring to the motion hearings that will be filed, but just the final pretrial will be September 12th at 9 o'clock. Mr. Morris?
With the advent of some of the new discovery, we're endeavoring to take a few depositions. We've worked with Ms. Kappelman and also Ms. Dugan to be able to coordinate this by Zoom if necessary because of travel and things of that nature. The reason I bring it up, there's probably a chance that there are depot dates that are going to be after the August 12th date, but they will be set and noticed at that point. I hope that will be
Set, noticed, meets the
Can y'all hear him? I have two earbuds in. It's a bit rough.
deadline, hopefully, so this doesn't become a similar issue like it did last time. If we need to address a particular aspect of discovery that needs to occur,
Barely, yeah, it's a struggle. High Spring Thunder.
possibly after the 12th, go ahead and move in advance for that so it does not become an issue of anyone violating the deadline or attempting to take or seek discovery after the deadline is passed. Okay? All right, with that being said, this status is coming to an end unless anyone has anything else you need to bring to my attention.
Nothing, sir.
All right. Ms. Adelson, were you able to listen and follow along to my discussion with the attorneys?
I could hear you. I could hear nothing at the
Oh my god, that audio. What is this audio? So Adelson's been on the maybe it's like the Zoom call or something like that, conference call, but we can't see her.
attorneys were saying.
All right. I really can't ask them to repeat themselves in full, but your counsel have asked to set back one of the deadlines to September 4th. I have agreed to do that concerning demonstrative exhibits. All other deadlines
Oh, okay. So she could barely hear.
are going to remain in place. They will speak with you concerning any other issues that you need to discuss with them about today's status, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, we are in recess. Have a good day, everyone.
What a chill judge. Wow, that was very hard to listen to. I'll just recap it again just in case you guys missed it the first time. I don't know. That was really rough. So Adelson hearing. Well, let's start with trial date. Trial date is going to be, well, jury selection is going to start September 17th. The state thinks that jury selection might take about 5 days. Oh, I wrote Georgia Kaplan. That was not Georgia Kappelman. State thinks jury selection will take about 5 days. Defense thinks, the trial might be 2 weeks. There's a lot of witnesses that are gonna testify, I guess. Maybe more witnesses that the defense is gonna call. They're hoping to move the trial to a different courtroom. The defense said they're gonna put in a motion for that. And then deadlines. What do we got? So we have August 12th, deadline for discovery, witness list, exhibit list, motion to file. And then they push back the deadline for demonstrative exhibits to September 4. But man, Adelson, trial coming up soon. I mean, time really just flies. Oh boy. I think her trial is gonna, because when was Charlie's trial? I think Charlie's trial was it was like around Halloween time, right? Like October. I wonder, do you guys think that her defense, do you think they're gonna try to pivot a little bit or just do the same things that they did in Charlie's trial and just hope for the best? Because obviously it didn't work. The jury, they convicted him, all 12 of them. So I don't know. I don't know if Daniel Rashbaum is going to try to take a different approach, different strategy. I mean, honestly, I think the best strategy would just be Donna to just blame everything on Charlie. Be like, oh, Charlie did everything. It wasn't me. I wasn't involved. But, I seriously doubt Donna would want to throw her son under the bus because she probably sees that, her son is younger, maybe possibly could see light of day for appeals. We don't know. Okay. I seriously doubt it. But I seriously doubt that she's going to try to throw her son under to save herself because, I mean, she's pretty old. She's pretty old, so she's probably taking the age into consideration, and also she's like his mom. But I mean, I honestly don't know what Donna. I don't know what kind of defense she can put on that would make us look at it differently and be like, oh, you know what, Donna, maybe you weren't involved into this. Man, maybe it was really just Charlie all along, or maybe it really was you guys just being set up by these two other people. Huh? Heavy sarcasm there. I just want to hop into very quickly this article that I read with Alexee Trevizo. If you guys aren't familiar with the Alexee Trevizo case, I did do a video about it because it's been more than a year and a half since it happened. And I think the last time that we actually had a hearing, that was about a year ago. So there's a lot of details about Alexee Trevizo that was forgotten. I had to go back and listen to the interviews of the hospital staff members and then watch some of the body cam footages again. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Alexee Trevizo case, or if you want a little refresher, we did do a video on that. That was posted maybe a week or two ago. You guys can watch that. But here's the update for Alexee Trevizo. She was supposed to have a hearing today, but that was pushed back. Oh shit, where did it go? No, what is this? Give me a second. Why is this link not working? Oh, here it is. Oh, did I click on an ad? That's why. Oh, there's so many ads on here. All these darn ads. No, I don't want notifications. And I'm going to Omega zoom in to get rid of these ads on the side. Okay. Wait, can I make it more zoomed in? Yes. Pretrial push for Alexee Trevizo charged with first-degree murder of her newborn baby. New Mexico court case records show that her pretrial has been pushed back from July 22nd to August 6th. And I did look that up to make sure that was correct. I think that was the date. But for some reason, I have 2 dates for Alexee Trevizo. Let me just pull that up really quick. Give me 1 second. Alexee Trevizo. I'm not a robot. Or am I? Let's see. Because initially they had her trial date, but because the judge made a ruling, the state did not agree with it. The state decided to appeal to a higher court, and so we're waiting to hear the outcome from that. I think that's the reason why everything is super getting pushed back for her trial. Because her trial was supposed to happen, I think, was it scheduled for next month, I think? But now, we got more issues into the mix, and we'll have to see what happens. So yeah, I don't know. On my end, it says hearing date is August 22nd. I'm not too sure about this August 6th hearing that this article is talking about, but I put both dates on there, and I'll just keep an eye on it to see what's up. Oh, never mind. Amended hearing, pretrial conference amended 8/6/24 at 9 a.m. But how come it says 8/22? Weird. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. You may remember on January 27, 2023, the Artesia Police Department were called to the Artesia General Hospital emergency room, and once they arrived, they began an investigation about an unattended newborn baby. After performing, and by the way, the newborn baby wasn't just found, the newborn baby was in the hospital bathroom, but found in the trash bin. And by that point, hospital staff was unable to do anything because the baby was clearly very deceased. They said that the baby already lost color, was like bluish purple. After performing an autopsy on March 28, 2023, investigators were able to determine the death to be homicide. I think manner of death was homicide, and then cause of death was entrapment because the baby was found in a bag, and a lot of the hospital staff said that the trash bag was kind of like spun around and then tucked underneath. So, people are thinking, was the baby born? Was the baby breathing? And then possibly just didn't have oxygen to continue sustaining and eventually died. Formal charges were filed on May 10, 2023 after a criminal complaint was approved. She was charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. According to New Mexico court docs, jury trial is scheduled currently at August 26th. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But that's the mini update with Miss Alexee Trevizo. We'll see what happens with that. And then lastly, we got Sarah Boone. Let me hop onto this screen really quick. Let's get the Sarah Boone stuff. Oh boy. I don't know. I feel like Mondays, I'm just not ready for Sarah Boone on Mondays. Mondays is like, I just got back from doing weekend stuff. And then you're greeted Monday by Sarah Boone stuff. And it's like, although she did, I think this was uploaded 4 days ago though. So I think at that point I may have already been, was I already in Vegas by then? What was I doing on Thursday? Oh, that's right. I think Thursday I was somewhere else. Oh boy. Are we going to get a Corgi true crime case at some point? What do you mean by that? I came for the Corgi commentary when things were popping in. Let me switch my screen over to this one here for Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone. We shall zoom in. Is this good? I think it's cut off a little bit, right? Boom. There we go. Last time when I covered the Sarah Boone video, I felt so bad because it wasn't zoomed in and it was all like fudged up. And I didn't realize until I think halfway through the video. So now I'm really making sure that we're good here. But yeah, let's check out the newest letter from Sarah Boone. Now, last time Sarah Boone wrote a letter, it was a letter to the judge, and it seems like she was really nice to the judge. But that was before she found out that the judge decided to just have her represent herself. So that's why I was like saying, like, I can't wait until Sarah Boone realizes that the judge made this decision. And I'm sure we're going to get a very, very, very angry Dear Manager letter from Sarah Boone. Except this time is Dear Judge, right? Okay, July 8, 2024, so about 2 weeks ago. Honorable, in quotations mark, okay. Judge Michael Kranick, his address. Judge Kranick, where's my discovery? I'm still waiting for you to provide me with the contents of what former attorney Cashman supplied to you and the court at the surprise status hearing held in secret on June 28, 2024. So she obviously was not present for that one. Your designated clock of unfair judgment ticks empty and incessantly while waiting for you to deliver. As usual, it's in your favor. In your nonchalant, relaxed, unconcerned attitude of me to receive, you are robbing me of precious life-saving time to fully and properly defend myself. Precious life-saving time. On top of my already and still being violated constitutional rights and being forced to represent myself based on false information. You know, people like Sarah Boone, when they unnecessarily pile on a bunch of adjectives just so they can really make their case, I don't know. To me, it's just over the top. It really is. Oh, hello, fan lady. Hello, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you being here. No, she was present. They had to drag her out. I didn't hear about that. Your designated clock of... I already read that. I do not even know what is contained in said discovery after being withheld from seeing all to date and for the first time in said surprise status hearing, along with my supposed digital evidence being produced by Cashman. Finally, after never being shown any of during her representation, of course, in quotation marks, her response to me when I would ask to review was, your first attorney said he reviewed with you. That was over 4 years ago. You're my new attorney now. And no, I did not. So again, we don't know if she's lying here. She could be misrepresenting things completely. There could be some half-truths in here. We just don't know because we're only hearing from one side of the story. This is what I had to deal with. I have not seen it in its entirety and completely to date. So she's seen a little bit of it, I guess. Please note, I do not have access to a computer to view these materials. I am doing my very best to figure this and everything else out as I go in my newly unwanted, forced, in caps, position of pro se. Please do not penalize me even greater than being already. I'm trying. So I think the judge, oh man, I got to go back to what the judge said. Let me go over here really quick. I know the judge said that if there's going to be any pretrial motions, yes, okay. Okay, let's read the court's comments. The court made findings the defendant has forfeited her right to counsel. The motion to withdraw was granted. That was her 8th attorney. As a condition of attorney Cashman's withdrawal, she shall provide the court an order of costs to obtain transcripts of depositions for the 2 witnesses she deposed. Upon completion of the transcription of the depositions, the deposition transcript shall be sent directly to the defendant in the Orange County Jail. So I'm assuming she didn't get that, maybe? Attorney Cashman shall file a notice with the court reflecting that all the deposition transcript are provided to the defendant. All previously set date remain. So in bold, and today is July 22nd. Oh boy. In caps. Sorry, not in bold. All pretrial motions must be filed no later than the close of business on Monday, July 22nd, 2024. So I'm assuming that pertains to Sarah Boone. But if Sarah Boone doesn't have the box of discovery by today's date, what's going to happen? Or is Sarah Boone lying? I mean, I just can't imagine her. I mean, I guess, sorry, I shouldn't have any expectations for Sarah Boone, but to me, it wouldn't make sense if she was lying about that. The court ordered Attorney Cashman to provide 2 boxes of discovery with the clerk marked as identification A and B. The court will reach out to the jail to inquire how to deliver to the defendant. Yeah, that was like over almost a month ago. So what happened with that? All right, correspondence filed from the defendant to judge. Oh no, did we get logged out? Give me a second. Because it seems like Sarah Boone did fill out some forms to request the discovery boxes A and B. Criminal case. Give me a second, I have to log back in. Sarah Boone. Throwing shade at the judge might not be a great choice. Lol. It's not even throwing shade at this point. It's just like straight up attacking the judge. She just doesn't care. She does not care. All right, criminal felony. All right, we're back here. So here's a correspondence filed from the defendant to the judge. That's what I'm reading right now. What am I trying to... Evidence control sheet. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Wait, actually, hold on a second. Oh, you know what? This is not Sarah Boone's handwriting. I thought it was Sarah Boone's handwriting. It is a little bit different. So they did fill this out on June 28th. So box of discovery A, box of discovery B. The court will reach out to jail to inquire how to deliver to the defendant and will provide written order to release the boxes. So I don't know what happened. Did they not do that? Or it's still taking some time? Like, what's taking what's going on here? Because, if she has to file her pretrial motions by today, I mean, that seems to be a big issue if she doesn't have her 2 boxes of discovery. So that doesn't seem good. Back to the letter. Please know also, I am in an open bay dorm living with 63 other inmates. I need to figure out how to view anything securely to avoid further exploitation and mean ignorance. There's no privacy or individual access in jail. Cashman, I'm glad I can help you shine in the court. Oh, this is addressed to Patricia Cashman. I don't think she's going to read this. Patricia, move on. Got better things to do. I'm glad I can help you shine in the courtroom and in front of the judge by you professionally and finally bringing everything I've been asking for since day 1. And after, in caps, I included you in my letter to the judge ensuring return, unlike you who did not, in caps, include me on your motion to withdraw. Surprise! In caps and quotation marks. And I had to find out from someone else, an officer, 3 days before this surprise, in caps and in quotation marks, status hearing. So you would even know what to bring. Why didn't you bring to any of your 20 hours of meeting with me? As always, it's in everyone else's favor but mine. How much real time will I have to prepare and properly, especially the fact you have me doing everything while incarcerated? What happens when more time must be utilized to discover? Patricia's not going to read this. Why are you addressing this to Patricia Cashman? Like, she's moved on. She put in the motion of withdrawal. They granted that. Like, dude, I think she's pissed. She's super pissed at Patricia Cashman. Maybe she thought that Patricia Cashman was going to hold out a little bit longer. Patricia's like, nope, I'm not sticking around to deal with this shit. Christine, not a good idea to be snotty with the judge who will be on your bench on the trial. What else do you expect from Ms. Boone? I feel like she's purposely just fucking shit up just for, I don't know, because she's going to probably complain in appeals. Be like, oh my God, like everything was so unfair. The judge was unfair. The attorneys were unfair. Everything about my life is unfair. This is not fair. So I think she's just compiling a whole book of notes for appeal stuff. For depositions, to locate my witnesses, contact anyone via collect phone calls. That's a real hurdle. Wait to receive transcripts, any records, everything I need to finally build my defense? Question mark. Or is this your plan, Your Honor, to just leave me out to dry and in a hurricane? Okay, so it's like partially addressed to the honor, to the judge as well. Your time constraints are extreme and unreasonable. Your decision you claim to have considered in quotation marks from your order is illogical and unfair. Specifically, that it has not been malformed by your ignorance in experience of my case. Misinterpretations, straight lies from the attorneys appointed. They are brazen to stand at your pulpit in your courtroom and commit perjury to your face and the world. But yet, it's me. God is so unhinged. It is my belief, and from your order, that actions speak louder than words, in quotation marks. The court is sabotaging me, forcing me, pressuring me. See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like she's compiling all this because she's going to try to say that everything was unfair towards her. She's saying that the judge is getting maybe paid underneath the table. Not this judge, but she accused that of the previous judge. Now she's saying that this judge is like sabotaging her on purpose, fucking things up for her. Oh, man. Setting me up for failure. If any of my prior attorneys would have included, cared, collaborated during their time of representation, you something being brainwashed, you not being brainwashed, I think, impartial from believing everyone over me and implementing your intricately misconstrued, unfair order formulated from, I would not be writing yet another letter, would I? I don't know. It's just so crazy how it's like, everyone's just lying. Everyone is fucking lying. Everyone except for Sarah Boone. So the previous judge that was on the case is a fucking liar, getting paid at the table. All the other attorneys that represented her and decided to withdraw because of irreconcilable differences, they're all fucking liars. They all perjured. Everyone is bad except for Sarah Boone. Crazy. In the meantime, ... While your clock ticks ceasingly and loud as I wait for you to deliver anything, Even more fingers are noticed. They really do point back. And I am defending myself against your inaccurate, libelous. I can write letters too. Order. Please, would you post my included document in your break room? We'll go over the included document that she has. The circus ad. Looks like a circus ad. Wherever you think it may be seen and understood, unlike me in your courtroom. How about by the copy machine, where your JAs, I don't know what that says, should have made me the news crew, court TV, professional YouTubers, and photographers. The World, a copy of the notice of hearing where all aforementioned improprieties occurred, and then some, including the drop-off of my case materials, said order being ordered, and me being pulled by my uniform to exit your courtroom. Oh, so wait, maybe you were right. Where she, hold on a second, who said that she was dragged away? Fan lady? Because I did see her being escorted out after the court appearance, where it was her, Patricia Cashman, and the judge, but I don't remember them yanking her by her uniform. Why is she acting like a petulant child? Because she might be a petulant child. You know, if you were to parse through all this garbage, all the shit that she's writing, what seems like to me that might be something that's an issue is if she doesn't have her discovery stuff. And then she was supposed to file her pretrial motions by today. So that could be an issue. But then, of course, you know, she likes to bury all her, you know, something that could be a real issue. She likes to bury it in all this mess of a language and all this pile on and adjectives and all the insults and stuff like that. Just very, very, very unnecessarily. Super unhinged. But maybe she's purposely acting unhinged because she knows people will cover it. And then by that, I don't know, purposely wanting to taint the jury pool, delay the case, the court trial even more. I don't know. Like, I don't know. These people, it's hard, you know, we try to make sense of them, right? But sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you just can't. All right, where was I? I'm going to rewind it back a little bit. Okay, so something about her being pulled by her uniform. And then some, including the drop-off of my case material, said order being ordered, and me being pulled by my uniform to exit your courtroom while still trying to speak and defend myself against the mayhem and chaos, especially the surprise of even being there unprepared and without notice, ? Was that live streamed anywhere? Or did I miss it? Oh, wait, my posting. Everything supposedly is public record, and there is no notice at all. Another it's in your favor moment. It's a group effort. Sabotage. Surprise! Again, in caps, quotation marks. I shall return. Nothing's impossible. Believe. All right, here we go with the live, laugh, and I don't know. There are like slogans that you might find in a Goodwill or something. Or not a Goodwill, sorry, Home Goods. Nothing's impossible. Believe. I shall return. Hopefully, gratefully, waiting. Thank you for posting. Sarah Boone. Remember, please, Judge Kranick, fair, neutral, impartial. Again, she needs to be condescending. She just needs to be condescending. I think that's how she thinks she has her power, how she gets out her frustrations. It's just really unfortunate. And this is probably how she's operated all her life. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Fair, neutral, impartial, you must be always. Heart. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. All right, so let's look at I don't know if you guys took a first glance of this. Doesn't this look like a circus ad of some sort? I don't know. It's like, what am I looking at? I mean, I think she did a really good job with how it looks and the fonts and all that stuff, but I feel like it looks like a circus ad. All right. Inmate seeks attorney. And you know what? I do want her to have an attorney, although I feel bad putting anyone through her, but I'd rather have her have a real attorney represent her in court than have her do it herself, because to me, it's just, I'm very impatient. I feel like it's really going to delay the courtroom proceedings by having someone go out there not knowing what the fuck they're doing and then having to have the judge explain certain things to them. Like, I'd rather just have her have a representation, but like I said, I don't want to put anyone through that nonsense, you know, because it's not just one attorney that's quit on her. It's many other people that said irreconcilable differences. You know, at some point, it might just be you and it might not be them. And that's something that she's never going to acknowledge, I guess. And by the way, not a dig at Home Goods or anything, okay? I do love Home Goods, but you know, Home Goods, they be having them slogans there, okay? The little signs you can hang in your house. Inmate seeks attorney. Wait, I feel like I have to. Should I do it? Hold on a second. I kind of want to. What are these cookie settings? Go away. Oh, I'm not logged in. I kind of want to. I want to be a little bit extra. Duration. I want a long one. What's a long one? Think I could read this in, let's see. Oh, I'm in sound effects right now. Hold on. Duration. Why are all these so short? I don't know if you guys can hear, it's kind of low. Let's start over. Hold on. Let's go back to the ad. Where is it at? Inmate seeks attorney. Looking for a prosperous challenge? Ready for your close-up on national television? Are you zealous with the side of keen? Show the world who you are with your original creativity, extraordinary expertise, and confident ingenuity. Qualifications must include being trustworthy, honest, passion-driven, open-minded, exceptional problem-solving skills, client inclusion at all times, because I would have been included in everything, team orientation, collaboration, extreme efficiency in listening, communicating, understanding, dedication to success, possessing a winning mindset, capability of excellence in representation, committed. Maintain and faith in your client and case with the ability to think differently and overcome all circumstances. We want epic. We want opportunity. Awaits. Sarah Boone, Orange County Corrections Department. Invest in the oppressed and believe. Actually, this is better. I would say this is better than a yard sale sign. We might have to hit her up for the yard sale signs because this sign looks, like I said, it looks pretty good. It's a pretty good looking sign. However, I guess qualifications, maybe they don't need to have a law degree, you know? Maybe they don't need to actually be an attorney in Florida. You know, she's like, I just want anyone out there, just represent me. I don't give a fuck if you have a law degree or not. Although you can't. Okay, if you represent yourself, how does like crossing... I'm trying to think. Did Darrell Brooks testify? Didn't he go up there and testify? I think he went up there and testified, did his testimony thing, and then the state would do a cross-examination of him. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. Did Darrell Brooks do it? Oh, he did not? No, wait, really? Huh. Give me a second. Let's see what it says. Trial explanation for pro se plaintiff. This is Indiana. Law Stock Exchange. Can a pro se plaintiff... What will be pro se defendant? It's rarely a good idea in criminal court. Yeah. Don't testify in their own defense in criminal court. Hold on. You choose to testify, you lose your privilege. Give me a second. Let's see. Pro se litigation, representing yourself. I mean, here's one website. Let's read what this one says. If you're appearing in court without the aid of an attorney, you are what the court refers to as pro se litigant. That is, you are appearing for yourself. You may be a little bit apprehensive due to your lack of familiarity with the court procedures and formalities. This information is designed to give you some basic information about the procedures that will be allowed in the courtroom. I mean, this is, I don't know. Let's read this. I don't know if it will apply to Florida. Criminal cases. Pre-trial process. Trial process. Opening statements. Your case in chief. Rebuttal. Closing arguments. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about like if the person testifies. Maybe over here. Prosecutor calls a witness. Cross-examination. Okay, you have a decision to make after the prosecutor rests. You have no obligation to testify or present the case. If you choose, however, to present the case, you would present your case in chief in the same manner as the prosecutor. That is, you would call a witness, examine them, and then have them subjected to cross-examination. Then you may conduct a redirect examination followed by recross testimony. You introduce exhibits, if any, through your witnesses. If you choose to testify, you lose your privilege against self-incrimination and will be subject to cross-examination as any other witness. The process will continue one witness at a time until you're finished presenting your case. I mean, I guess there's no redirect then, right? I don't know. Maybe it's like, I don't know. That I feel like it doesn't really answer. So you would go up there, you would testify, and probably do like a fucking monologue, and then you would get cross-examined by the state. But then in redirect, I guess you would just go up there and just continue doing testimony. I'm assuming that's how it works. I don't know why I thought DB did. Oh, he waived it. Okay. Yeah. So I think what they meant to say was what happens in redirect. So I think in redirect, you would just continue going up there and just like testify. That's what I'm assuming. All right, we're done with Sarah Boone. I think we're done with Sarah Boone. So that's Sarah Boone, y'all. If anyone's out there and you are interested, however, you know, you have to be an attorney in Florida, right? I'm assuming, yeah, in Florida. Be able to represent in Florida. And if you want this epic opportunity to show the world who you are, and you want to have a close-up on television, and you're looking for a challenge. Now, when I say challenge, I mean, it's going to be a challenge working with her, okay? Good luck with that. Like, it's already going to be an uphill battle for her case, but to work with the final boss, Sarah Boone, yeah. Whew, that's a lot of patience. Tyrone Tucker represented himself and testified he got a hung jury. I believe he's innocent, but they are trying to retry him in Florida. I'm not familiar with Tyrone Tucker. Hi, Britt. How are you doing today? How's it going? I don't know if I heard about that case, because sometimes I'll read Law and Crime in Court TV about like other cases and stuff like that, but I have not heard about that. I'll keep an eye out for that name. But thanks for letting me know. Hi, Zazmog. Tuco. Yeah, you're late. How's it going? You're good though. I know on Twitch it's kind of annoying if you're late because you can't really rewind the stream. On YouTube though, I love watching streams on YouTube because you can just rewind it. They need to change that for Twitch. Might be even harder than working with Amber Heard. Yes. I mean, Amber Heard is a tough one for the attorneys because it's hard when your client is a liar. You know, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But Sarah Boone just seems like if you don't do what she says, she's going to be very adversarial. And I just can't imagine you want to represent someone and really advocate for them when they're a fucking asshole. That's a tough one. Tyrone Tucker basically just told a story. So yes, like a monologue. Okay, gotcha. Hello, Russian Aloha. How are you, gorgeous? What's going on? I hope you had a good weekend. All right, was there anything else that I wanted to cover? So today, you guys, in case you guys missed it, we covered Karen Reed, her hearing today. They're going to have a motion to dismiss oral argument about 2 weeks from now on a Friday. I talked about a jury that came out and spoke saying that they didn't know how to communicate with the judge about, you know, acquitting Karen Reed of charges 1 and 3, but then being divided on charges 2. They didn't know how to communicate with that with the judge. And then we hopped on over to Donna Adelson. Her hearing, it was very hard to hear, but we were able to get some dates in. Her trial is set for, was it October, I think? And possibly, you know, might be two weeks long with 5 days of jury selection. And she still has Daniel Rashbaum, the lawyer, the attorney that represented Charlie Adelson, lost his case, but she wants to keep him on. So I want to know if they're going to try to take a different approach to the strategy when defending Donna, or if they're just gonna do the same thing where it's like, oh, I didn't know anything. They're just setting me up, you know. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna really work for you, Donna, but we'll see. I am very curious to see all the Donna Adelson emails though, because we did get a snippet of them in Charlie Adelson's trial, but I would love to go through the emails. And I want to see what Wendy had to say too. I would love to, you know, find out some more information about Wendy, because a lot of us are like, well, Wendy, was she involved or not? I mean, a lot of us think that she was involved. So we'll see what happens with that one. And then we jumped over to Alexee Trevizo. I did do a video about her about maybe a week or two ago, just a little update, but a mini update for the Alexee Trevizo stuff. Her trial date has been pushed out, and she was supposed to have a hearing today. That was pushed out as well too. I don't know if it's either August 6th or August 22nd. It's one of those dates. I'm not quite sure. I mean, the court website says August 22nd. This article that I read says August 6th. So we'll keep an eye out for that one. And then we jumped on over to Sarah Boone, new letter. Sarah Boone, the last time we read her letter, she didn't know that the judge has forfeited her right to have a public defender. So that letter, you know, like, this is what happens with master manipulators, okay? When things are going their way, when they think you're on their side, they're going to be really fucking nice to you, okay? They're going to be super nice to you. And she was really nice to the judge. She was complimentary. And I was like, oh, like, this is a side of Sarah Boone that we rarely see in the letters, at least. But when things aren't going her way, that is when the attacks come, okay? These manipulators, when things are not going their way, when they know that you're not siding with them, they're going to attack you in any way that they can. Personally, professionally, they're going to do everything they can to make you look bad. But honestly, with all the attacks that she's throwing at all these people, the judges, because there's been 2 judges on her case, and then all the previous attorneys, I mean, honestly, I think in the end, it really just makes her look bad because she just sounds really unhinged. She might have some complaints in her letters that sounds legitimate, but like I said, it gets buried by all the attacks that she's throwing out left and right, and all of her, I don't know, it's not even, what was I going to say? Passive aggressive, you know, attacks. These attacks are just aggressive, like just straight up aggressive. But anyways, we covered the Sarah Boone letter. And then if you're an attorney out there and you're interested in representing her in Florida, maybe hit up Sarah Boone. Like I said, I'd rather have her have real representation than have her go up there and try to represent herself. So, Oh, it was on Law and Crime? Really? I did not see that. What was it about? The trial was on Law and Crime. I think you'll definitely find the case interesting, especially getting a hung jury on pro se. I'm so late, but I'm going to go back and watch what I missed. Thanks, Britt. I wanted their turn on each other. Oh, did she move to Texas? Probably a smart move to get away from her family. But at this point, I mean, it seems like, you know, possibly 2 of her family members are going to be up in... Well, actually, no, they moved Charlie. Right, there was an update with Charlie. Charlie, I think they relocated him because possibly there might have been some threats thrown at him. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I miss you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care. If anything pops up the true crime stuff, I'll do a live stream or make a video. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. And I appreciate y'all popping in. And for Twitch, I will be doing some gaming streams this week. Okay. I'm excited. I will be doing some gaming streams. Oh, also, by the way, if you guys are into horror movies, I watch Late Night with the Devil. I really like that. Really, really like that. And then I also watch Eczema, the Korean horror that someone in my Twitch channel recommended. Really fucking love that as well. I think they're really good. I got the Shudder, which is a horror movie streaming platform. They have like a 7-day free trial. So I watched those 2 movies and it was really fucking good, which I need to cancel soon. Because I don't think I'm going to renew my subscription. They have a lot of like movies on there that I don't know if I want to watch. But yeah, anyways, not sponsored. If you guys like horror movies, check them out, okay? And also movies in general. If you like A24, I'm watching it's called Waves, I think, on Netflix. It's so good. I'm only halfway through, but I'm going to finish the rest of it today. It's so good. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Take care. Yeah, bye, Roxit. Bye, East. If you guys are new here, don't forget to hit the follow button. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, have your notifications on, all right? Have a good one. Take care. And I will see you guys a different day. Bye, y'all. Take care. Bye.